Hey, 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 beautiful people. It is January 18th, 2013 at 1:25 in the afternoon. Man, things are just continually heating up, although it finally got cold here in Florida. It got down to 36 last night. Oh, man, that's rough. Uh, Very interesting to see as we've got another CME coming in today. And the magnetics of the Earth. Usually the CMEs help to strengthen the magnetics of the Earth. It's kind of like exercising to build your muscles up or something, you know. And the CMEs income, and it causes the magnetics to the shields to strengthen around the Earth. But kind of interesting because the measured cosmic ray density, that which a lot of us are starting to realize that we're feeling spiritually as the light incoming, other than the chakras, other than the CMEs, other than all these other different things that we've got going on, the cosmic ray density is a lot of us are really starting to tune to and recognize when it's a high peak, and we're like, man, I'm digging it, turn it up a little bit. It's at 101 right now, and 102 is the highest that it's ever been seen. And turn it up to 120. Anyway, it's interesting to watch as those of us that are in our hearts are really digging the energies, and the guys that are still in their head, still playing 3D, and some of them 4D, but it's mostly those persons that are really 3D that are really starting to have some issues. And a lot of us are experiencing that as these incoming magnetic waves are shaking us down to the quantum level, to the atomic level within our physical being, and which is where the emotions are. And it's really making persons that are 3D go crazy. I had some issues come in from my ex wife and one of her friends about all the story that she tells, which isn't true at all. In fact, anybody that knows the story knows what's going on, but 3D people have to have this story to project to people and go. The reason why it's all happening so bad to me is because it's somebody else's fault. And I think a lot of us are experiencing that these days. I'm hearing it from so many people that are activating, both guys and girls, about many of their spouses just being too much to deal with. They love them very much, but they're not shifting into the higher levels of spirituality, and so relationships are separating and breaking up. And it's not just spouses or boyfriends or girlfriends. I mean, it's family members too. That's just a part of the spiritual development that we go through as we raise our frequency. And like vibrations are attracted to like vibrations. And not only the opposites attract, likes attract too. And in the laws of attraction, you have much more of the like vibrations attracting, because that's how manifestation works. In polar opposites, then you have equal and opposite attractions a lot of times. And for a lot of us that are of the first wave that have been doing our spiritual work for many of us, not only this lifetime but many lifetimes, but within this lifetime, we've attracted a lot of those opposites into our field, and a lot of the experiences that we've had with those opposites that have created so much chaos in us really strengthened us. It really made us a lot tougher. I got two flies dancing on my pants, and it's just really strange to see. One's about 5 or 6 times bigger than the other one. The other one's really digging on the smaller one. And anyway, it's a guy-girl thing. Opposites. It's interesting to look back and see some of the trials and tribulations that we've had in our lives, just like myself and my marriage. with a person that who I could say, you know, I'm working on my spirituality too, and who couldn't understand that, but who I allowed in and got trapped with, and it became a lesson for me in settling for something that was not going in the same direction as I was going. And it took me 10 years to get out of a trap that was a very, very difficult thing for me. And to have that persons that were connected to that come back into my life after so much control and manipulation had been done to me for so long, that I just asked for compromise. Let's work together. Let's be balanced and 50-50. And it just was not that way. And I had 10, 12 years of absolute hell I had to live through while I maintained my spirituality, which really tempered my steel. And that is what's going on with so many different persons right now in relationships that they choose to remain in while they are going through their spiritual development. That's a tough thing to do, but we cannot change another individual. Sometimes we come into these relationships as like attracting like, and that is the type of relationship that works and that lasts. It's many times when it's the opposites that it becomes issues later on, as one grows in one direction and another grows in another direction, and the vibration is not conducive for the relationship to continue. And especially if one is going spiritual and one is not, or if one is materialistic and the other is not. And that's kind of what's going on right now with all the persons who are in their head and focused on 3D, is they're trying to maintain their monetary being while the illusion is collapsing. And so they're trying to force upon others their support, saying it's everybody else's problem. And they're just not getting that what they're doing is not conducive to their spiritual growth. They're not listening to their spirit. Everybody here is embodied with the soul and has a spirit that's trying to lead them into their spiritual development. And some people just are kicking and screaming, saying, I don't wanna, let me go, and it's somebody else's fault that this is happening to me. And some of us have dealt with that for so long that we've just had enough, and we've had to let go our friends, lovers, family members, children, spouses, whatever it is, mothers, brothers, lovers, sisters, whatever it is, to be free and to not be controlled and manipulated and lied about and cheated and imposed upon, and you know, always doing for other people. And now, as we see these solar flares really kicking in, and the magnetics of the earth is dropping, like many of us knew and said and told everybody that was going to happen years ago, and the system is coming down and collapsing, a lot of these same persons that we were telling, get ready, it's coming, these same persons are the ones that are having the big issues. And I look at it like, forget the emotional stuff. They are going to have to go through their spiritual growth, and part of it is the releasing of all their karmic, magnetic, emotional, quantum level crap, and start holding more and more light. And either they can get out of their head and shift into their heart and make it easier on themselves, just like we're doing and we're being way showers of, or they can continue having problems. And forcing this on anybody else is no different than being a parent and doing your child's homework because they don't want to, and you don't want to hear them scream, and so you're doing your kid's homework, and it's them that's supposed to be learning, and you're cheating them out of their learning process. So for me, I had to back up and out of that. The people around me who had heard for 20 plus 25 years of what's going on now, who kept in that material way and didn't shift from their head into their heart and weren't preparing for the economic collapse, and who, you know, kept on expanding into the 3D. These are the same persons that are having the problems. And back then, I used to try to help and do everything for. And for my own sanity, I had to pull out. I saw what was going on, and I wasn't willing to continue being a prisoner or a slave to the situation. And now these persons are enslaved to their own situation, of their own making, of their needing more and more and more, and not thinking that they had enough, and watching as it's all coming down, and they're losing everything, and they can't make the money that they need to support their lifestyle that was an illusion in the first place. It was way beyond their means in the first place, and they weren't spreading their wealth and their love and their cooperation with everybody evenly. And those of us who have shifted into our heart, we are doing that. It's balancing out. And although I might not have something, another person that I'm working with does. And then if we don't, then another does. And that's how all this is going to work out. It's all going to be in cooperation. It's all going to be balanced. And it's not about money and stuff anymore. It's about skills and knowledge and understanding and comprehension and wisdom and so many other things that come from the heart and come from the love of what you do and the love of life. And that's where we're going in 5D Earth. It's not about stuff. It's not about things. It's not about the rebuilding is not the rebuilding of the 3 and 4D Earth that we're doing. We're building a spiritual world. And yes, if you're choosing to have all the stuff and stay in the material world, you're gonna have to be physically involved. And by being physically involved and focused on the linear out rather than inside, you're losing your time that could be used in higher spiritual development, which is what this time on planet's history is all about. The shift of the ages. Now, shift of the ages, December 21st, compared to the end times. I was listening to Steve Rother's latest video yesterday, and Steve was talking about how time seems to be expanding more and can get more things done. And as much as I respect Steve's work and appreciate what he has to say, I'm not experiencing that. I'm watching as timelines continue merging, and things are going faster and faster and faster, and things of not like vibration are having to be removed from a situation to have an easy flow of the energy that's within it. And I still feel that we have not arrived at the so-called end time. I'm still seeing all that building up, and it's quite interesting. Who knows what's going to happen? Do I know that we haven't already arrived at the end time on December 21st? No, I don't. But in my understanding and comprehension of what I'm seeing in the illusion, I would say we have not, and it is definitely two totally different things. So anyway, as time keeps on speeding up faster and faster, and the sun is still going to be kicking off solar flares and solar streams, because in the solar the cosmic density is coming in because of all of our galactic alignments, it's going to keep on getting faster and faster, and those persons who are in their ego are going to continue having more problems. And it's a personal choice whether you choose to remain with them or to step back and let them learn their lessons. Anyway, we're coming up on the end of this vid, and I love you all. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye for now.